Oh, he just went low. He's in his head. He's in his head. He's open his head wide open. Cracked open in the face.
Welcome everybody, it's mastermind 2100 back again with Sonic Heroes, and now we're doing some post-commentary just because we're going into the footage for the last story segment, which will go to the right. And yeah, basically this is the last story of the game, so we needed to complete all the 7 special stages to get all the 7 Chaos Emeralds, and let's dive right in.
Then who was it? Who locked
So there's a reason why I particularly did Team Chaotix last. I didn't actually realize it, but the end of Team Chaotix's story leads right into the last story segment pretty easily. And now we have this figure that we've seen multiple times in multiple different stories in the game through the story, and look who it is! The guy has come back from Sonic CD and, well, Knuckles Chaotix as well. I haven't seen him since then, which was like 95? So we hadn't seen him for a little while. Metal Sonic turns into a complete badass in this sequence, but my god, this transformation sequence is so bloody long. Like, I think Some Call Me Johnny actually did, when he did his review, he actually counted how many seconds he actually did it. I think it was either 43 or 53 seconds to fully transform. And it's pretty much as long as the loading screen in Sonic 06 in a particular level. Doesn't matter what level it is, the loading screen of Sonic 06 is only just a little bit faster than this whole transformation sequence, which this just comes completely out of nowhere. To be fair, I mean, Knuckles Chaotix was the same, but at the same time, completely out of nowhere here. And yeah, so he's completely transformed, and the Eggpawns run away. They're like, oh no!
That's Metal Sonic?
It's useless! Metal Sonic has combined your data with the power of chaos and is super strong.
Eggman,
We can't defeat it.
why did you make this thing?
We have the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
And now we'll just pull the Chaos Emeralds out of our ass. Now I think this scene just does it in general.
What's this?
But I don't think it matters which Chaos Emerald you actually get with each character. That would be really cool. I don't know whether it's like it changes who has all the Chaos Emeralds, because then you might have like a team that just has all 7.
Okay, guys.
And they're like, oh yeah, juggling it. That would be funny, to be fair, but I don't think it works that way. And they're like, yeah, I don't know who you are, but yeah.
Okay then, let's get ready to do this. We'll show that creep the real
Yay!
teamwork.
So we basically have a unique loading animation here. This is actually footage from the Nintendo GameCube version, I actually just realized. I was like, I didn't actually realize that this was actually Nintendo GameCube footage. So basically we play as all the other teams. Sonic, Tails and Knuckles take on the Chaos Emeralds, but all the other teams are gonna chip in a little bit to take on Metal Sonic as well. Basically, you just, you know, I think the orb on the various areas changes color so that you have to attack Metal Sonic with that team member. So I think basically when it turns blue, I think you can't hit Metal Sonic with speed characters. I think it changes to yellow for flight and red for power. I believe we'll see it a little bit further into this game, further as the fight goes on. So basically using Team Blast, I just love this Team Blast, it's still so good. Go Team Chaotix. But yeah, basically you just use yeah, different sequences and that sort of thing. Going into the cannon was probably a good way to avoid some of the attacks from Metal Sonic. But basically you can level up, that sort of thing. See, it's a little bit weird with the cannon, I will say. It's not the best thing in the world, but yeah. So basically, we can't use Vector here, as I think they'll try and demonstrate, because that would have hurt Metal Sonic in that sequence. So I think the color that it shines, as you see just here, it depends on which character you use. So if it's yellow, can't use flight, red can't use power, blue can't use speed. But basically, even then, some of Metal Sonic's freezing attacks can actually suspend your team members. Basically put them out of commission. It's a little bit like the overhead robots, you know, that can suspend you in midair so that you can't actually use that character until you break out the character from their grasp. So yeah, so basically you just play as all the different teams. So like you start with Team Rose, you go to Team Chaotix, and then you go to Team Dark. Basically you just got level up power-ups here all over the place. You got Metal Sonic has Fire Breath, has Ice Attacks. You can see the icicles just here. They have all sorts of different stuff here. And shooting his nails as well, which is weird as shit. Fingernail missiles, yeah, that makes sense. So at least with if your power character gets trapped, then you can use any character to just get him out of there. I'm sure you can use flight as well, considering they're all level 3. Chaos Control? Well, we got Team Blast here, so I don't know. I don't know whether the footage is going to worry about using the Team Blast here. So yeah. So basically they didn't use the Team Blast, they just carried on you. Okay, so basically we're now going into a sequence. Oh, so basically, yeah, Metal Sonic's just taunting us in the background. We have basically a victory screen, then it saves the game, and then we go straight after a loading screen right into the last little bit. So we've played as Team Rose, Team Chaotix, and Team Dark. Now we have Metal Overlord who's trying to escape or something. I don't know. I don't know what happens. We don't get the transformation here for some reason. But we have the song What I'm Made Of by Cross 40 in the background, and we're basically playing as Supersonic, and Knuckles and Tails are apparently in like orbs, even though Knuckles has a super form, but I guess since Tails doesn't technically have a super form with the Chaos Emeralds until Sonic Mania, because yeah, we retconned that, but it was probably unfair, so I don't know. But yeah, we basically have Team Blast. Once we pull up the Team Blast, basically it's just, we see the Sonic Heroes logo of speed, power, and flying form, and then we just absolutely like homing attack the shit out of Metal Sonic. Love this song. But yeah, basically it's just icicle attacks. Metal Sonic goes under the clouds and brings up one of Eggman's battleships and just throws it at us. Which, to be fair, is probably one of the best uses for that. It's like, nah. Now, I'm not sure if Ryan Drummond does the voice for Metal Sonic here, or Jason Griffith. I don't know who it is. Look, just avoided that battleship. Oh yeah, say that, Metal Sonic. We're more than a speck of dust considering how much we've actually damaged you already. Because this battle is it's pretty close to being over. It's not a long fight when you know what you're doing. Especially this guy. This guy definitely feels like he's a little bit of a speedrunner, or just knows how to do the battle, and he's played the battle so many times. Can't remember who I actually got this footage off of, to be fair. Can't exactly remember off the top of my head. Should really have like the author or the creator of the video as like a tribute type thing there. So basically, we got a ring balloon then. I completely forgot that, you know, you have like, I completely forgot in this sequence that, yeah, Supersonic rules still apply, so that you have, you keep losing rings as long as you're playing, the longer you're playing Supersonic. Didn't realize that. And I've seen a few people actually die in this sequence quite a few times just because they forget, oh yeah, the rings are a thing. Yeah, because that's the name of the song. So we're getting shot with missiles from the spikes from his back. Okay. World's most supreme. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, Metal Sonic. We'll go with that. That's good job. Good job. Fucking dumbass. And basically, he's dead. No, you didn't, really. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. You keep telling yourself you're the real Sonic there.
That was
Fucking
pretty tough.
Metal Sonic. Jesus Christ, man.
For you.
For you. Well, that delivery is a little bit weird, we'll say. And A rank, and that's 6 minutes, and it's an A rank. What the fuck? So that's basically the fight. We got one more cutscene after this, so let's just dive right into that. So yeah, basically Metal Sonic just transforms right back into old Metal Sonic. I love that look. I love the look of this model of Metal Sonic in general, just because it just looks like it's been pulled from Sonic CD and just up-res to 3D. And he gets away again. And we'll never see Big again.
I guess I'm out of here too. I think I'll go hunt for someone else's tree.
She never
Nah, she never does.
Oh, no, you don't.
Get it back here.
Guess that's it for this case. Guess so.
But what about our money?
And I almost forgot. And Eggman's just trying to get away. Get back here. And then they're just looking at each other just like, what do we do with this?
All right. Our next adventure
We're Sonic Heroes! Yay! Freeze frame! So yeah, so I love this game. It's, you know, people give this game a bad rap, but it's not really that bad, to be fair. It's just, it can be a bit monotonous considering that you have to play the same stages 4 times, with all the different teams and stuff. But it feels good. I mean, the control could be a little bit better, but it's not necessarily too bad that it's not playable. So basically, we're just getting all these cutscenes from the story just melded all together in this credit sequence. So basically, we just have the credit sequence from all the other stories combined. But yeah, we basically have Sonic Heroes playing in the background, which I think was also performed by Crush 40. So yeah, it's good band, good songs. To be fair, like I think that a lot of the cast of the characters in this game, it's pretty damn good because you just have like a few, you just have like a full roster of characters, just new and old, mixed into this game, which is great because I think that that's something that's really good to feature. You know, you have a character like E123 Omega showing up in this game for the first time, and then you have characters all the way back from, you know, Sonic 1 with Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, basically the original trio. You've got characters from Adventure in Shadow and Rouge and Big. You've got Cream from Advance 2 who showed up. And then you've got forgotten classics like the Chaotix team, minus Mighty, which we don't see Mighty for another, at this stage, 15 years. It's Sonic Heroes. So, that's crazy. It feels like it's an amalgamation of a lot of Sonic stuff that's just been mixed from the past, mixed all into one game, and then just added new like level designs and that sort of thing. And I love it. I love the soundtrack. I love the game itself. It can be stressful sometimes, and you've heard me stress over it a little bit, to be fair. But those moments are few and far in between. That I just think that this game in general is just so good that I can't look past it as being, you know, it's in my top 10, top 15 Sonic games of all time. I think it's on the lower end of the 10. I still need to shake up my top 10 list again because it's been a while since I've done one of those for Sonic the Hedgehog specifically. But yeah, basically, Sonic Heroes is a good game. Consider it to be one of I consider it a classic in my books, only because this is the first 3D game that I started with. The first Sonic game I started with was Sonic Advance 2, but this was my first 3D Sonic game, and I really, really, really enjoy it. And, you know, that's the thing, is that I can't fault it on too much. Yeah, the control is a little bit slippery, there's a few things that are a bit archaic, a bit weird, a bit structured weirdly, but overall, as a full package, Sonic Heroes isn't actually a bad game. I don't know why it gets a bad rep, considering it's like, oh, it's the start of the Dark Age. It's like, well, no, not really, because, you know, it continues a little bit of what Adventure 2 was already telling. It still has a lot of the voice actors from that game, from those games in general. It has a lot of those characters from those games in general, and it feels a little bit like Adventure, like the control is not as good as Sonic Adventure and Adventure 2, but I can't fault it too much on that, you know, because they were trying something different, and I think it's good. I think trying something different is good. I see it with Sonic a lot these days, but especially back at this time, when it was Sonic Adventure and Adventure 2, and then Advance was going back to more like Genesis style gameplay. The fact that Sonic Heroes tried something a little bit different is good. You know, I don't mind that the fact that they went, oh, we just want to try some team-based gameplay. Which, to be fair, worked out pretty well. in my opinion. Not everyone's opinion, but in my opinion. So ultimately, that's all of Sonic Heroes. That's including the final boss. That's including last story. I hope you guys really, really, really did enjoy this Let's Play. I really enjoyed it. So, with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching this episode and this LP of Sonic Heroes. Tune in again onto my channel and see what I play next after this game. Not sure exactly yet, but we'll get there when we get there. So, with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching this episode, this video, and this Let's Play. This has been Mario Man 2100. You guys have a great day or night, and of course, take care.